Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today's upload is going to be centered on the potential and at this point increasing likelihood of a major winter storm occurring across the plains that will bring snow, rain, and some locations actually could see some flooding because of the heavy rain occurring over the areas where snowpack is on the ground. So this isn't a short-range forecast, this isn't a long-range forecast, it's more of a video just centered on this particular storm. If you like these type of updates, if you like my channel, if you're new to my channel, check it out, go around and consider subscribing. The subscribe button looks something like this, and it helps my channel, so I'd appreciate it. So thank you for that. We are looking right now at the GFS 6-hour average precipitation rate, millimeters per hour. This basically shows you what intensity of the precip will be falling, and what type of precip will be falling. The blue is the snow, the pink is the sleet, freezing rain, and the purple is the sleet, and the rain is obviously in the green. So right now we're seeing a very, very weak system right now in the upper plains. It is producing some flurries, some snow showers, maybe up to an inch in some locations, 1 to 2 inches in the sweet spots. Nothing in particularly concerning. We definitely see that big storm on the west approaching and making landfall. So I may actually make a video on that, record it today as you're watching this video, and release it tomorrow on Thursdays. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. And we also see maybe a little bit moisture trying to get in here. There's going to be some cold air, and this warm air is going to override it and try to produce its precip, but it's going to fall as freezing rain. So that's not a major issue. That could happen, could not. The major storm happens right here, comes off the coast. The models aren't doing their best job here with the lows, but generally we see that a big chunk of this storm goes up here, through here. This low tracks through these regions in the southwest, the Four Corners area state, and goes out something like this, and will continue on its track something like this. And as it does so, we will see lots and lots of moisture and rain being pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico, from this area. This is just loaded with precip. And then here, where we have cold air, this will actually, it's a little bit even further to the south. We have cold air all along here, so we could get some mixing. And as of now, it looks like the sweet spot will be somewhere in here for the heaviest snowfall in that area. So northwest Iowa potentially seeing quite a bit of snow, and especially northern Nebraska and southern South Dakota. We go through this again, you can see that the snow really starts ramping up across the plains. We see a huge load of moisture getting outloaded into the Midwest, and again, the snowfall was very heavy across these areas with Winter Storm Bruce. And if you don't know what Winter Storm Bruce was, it was that one snowstorm that just happened and had all those blizzard warnings for many locations here. We had a snow day, so it was a great thing. And again, northwest Iowa could get definitely hammered by this strong winds. I know I have a fellow subscriber and fan that lives in Iowa and always asks, will we get strong winds, storms? This time you may be actually seeing some fairly strong winds. Maybe not, blizzard conditions, but definitely some heavy snow. So this is looking fairly exciting for you. This is Saturday, December 1st, and this storm continues to go through, stretches out this band, and it's still snowing across many locations. And we get another little storm trying to arrive in here into the west. While this storm pulls away, this storm that arrived could be, producing some new snow into a little bit areas south of the previous storm. And these two pieces of energy will phase together, and when they do that, potentially we could be looking at a northeast coast snowstorm, not a nor'easter maybe, but just a snowstorm. You could see some pretty heavy snow getting up there, so we will have to watch that potential for a snowstorm around the Wednesday midweek time frame. So that's interesting. We need to watch for that, but that's as far as I'll go. I don't want to go any further. We want to just focus on this snowstorm. So let's just look at the total accumulated precipitation, which just includes rain and snow. So from one storm, this is actually quite some significant rain. We could see as much as potentially up to 2 inches in some area of rain, of precip, of of precipitation. And in terms of snow, I'll show you in just a minute. This could be converted up to 20 inches of snow, this one to 1.5 inches of rain. So definitely quite a bit. Also in the Sierra Nevadas in Southern California could see some rain. So fairly active pattern. And if we were to actually go through this whole thing, you could see that the southeast and the west will just get hammered. But let's just focus on this one storm. So let's go to total snowfall with this system. And again, I was saying, guys, northwest Iowa could get absolutely demolished by this system. I mean, it's looking fairly significant. Let's zoom in on this. Let's go to north central United States where this storm will be hitting. Again, I think the GFS is actually underdoing it a little bit. Some of these snowfall totals, I think, will be in the 20-inch range, maybe even 25 inches, definitely in those areas. As you saw with that system, here there was insane rainfall rates transitioning to snowfall rates, so that may be some thunder snow, maybe some blizzard conditions if the low is strong enough and we see strong winds, because that is what a blizzard is. The qualifications are 35 miles or greater of wind, visibility conditions under, I'm fairly sure, a mile for more than 3 hours, and snow either blowing or falling on the ground. So definitely some things at blizzard conditions, some blizzard warnings can be definitely issued. If we go to, I should have pulled this up, I want to go to the National Weather Service and show you some of the warnings they already have posted right here. This is just winter weather advisories for that weak system that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But right here, these are winter storm watches for already this big storm. And we're still almost, not even a couple days out still. This is going to occur on Saturday and Sunday, but you can see that definitely have quite a bit of snow already forecasted, and obviously things will get adjusted. But I'm saying, guys, I think some locations could be getting into the 20-inch snowfall range, definitely. If we go to the European model, which is also a great source, many people think it's better than GFS. I do as well. And in northwest Iowa locations like that, Sioux City, Sioux Falls, around 9 inches. Des Moines, Iowa, again, right on the border with this system like it was with the last system. Could be seeing couple inches, could be seeing more inches depending on where this track shifts. But definitely, I mean, look at this. These yellows are around 20 inches. And I was saying the European model has been doing a fairly good job with these systems. So I would not be surprised if the European model is getting onto something here and definitely starting to maybe notice a pattern. So potentially I would say up to 1.5 feet, if not maybe 2 feet of snow is possible with this system. I mean, it's just going to be loaded with moisture. The cold air won't be, massive there, but it'll be loaded with moisture. So definitely something to watch. Let's go to the NAM model, which is another great model. It's a little bit higher resolution than the GFS. It does have its tendencies to be more colder. Sometimes shows more precip than actually falls. It's not the best model, but I do like to look at it, especially for these plain storms and the Northeast. But this storm is in the plains, so I'm still looking at this model, showing again up to 23 inches. Maybe potentially up to 20 in some localized areas. Maybe not as big of a swath as this is showing, but snow totals like this are definitely possible, and the cutoff will be very sharp with this system as well. I mean, you can see 8 inches, couple counties down 1 inch. So that's definitely the same thing. Major cities, Des Moines, Iowa, Green Bay at this point, also maybe looking at maybe less snow, maybe more snow. Minneapolis for sure being on that border. Rapid City for sure also, and North Platte also could be seeing some snow, whether this shifts to the south or north. At this point, it does seem like most of Nebraska and most of South Dakota will be seeing snow, and a good chunk of Iowa, but this could definitely shift a couple 100 miles either north, south, east, west. So we will still need to watch that, and whether this cold air is more stubborn than forecasted, then these snowfall totals can be even greater. So let's go to the NAM, which we're already on. Let's just watch it play out what they're showing. So let's go to hour 1. We are looking at this weak system again. That's why there's some winter weather advisories posted for the those sections in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. We go through, we see this system starting to get its act together. This low centered came out right out of Colorado, the Panhandle, and it's sort of a Panhandle hooker, but a little bit further to the north, kind of hooks like that. That's where it gets its name from. And a lot of precipitation, a lot of rain coming into this. And again, some of this could start off as rain. So whether that cold air is colder or more stubborn than forecast, it could produce more snow. And right here where this transitions of rain to snow can be producing massive snowfall amounts. And again, where this goes afterwards, this could also bring some wraparound showers as far south as, Chicago, and as far east as Chicago and Indiana. But otherwise, it seems to be making its way further up into Canada after this. Let's go to quickly the pivotal weather. This is pivotalweather.com. This is the same model. This is the same similar snowfall totals, except this. Sorry about that. This is their total accumulated snowfall in Cuchero, which is not assuming a 10-to-1 ratio, which all the other models are. This one's assuming a little bit. I think in this case a little bit less, because it's going to be a very wet snow. So these are a little bit more realistic snowfall totals in here, with the GFS run, obviously, which may not be realistic by itself. But if the GFS were to be accurate, then 10, 11, 12 inches seems to be the max. But if the European is right, we could again be seeing 20 inches of snow. So basically that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you learned something new, and I'll catch you all guys in the next episode. See ya. Bye.